I look at the coming budget and I think I'm not sure what harm there can be in there for most people. I would welcome a wealth tax. I would welcome a rise in capital gains tax. I've campaigned for both of these things because there are people in our country with broader shoulders, with more money, and they pay less as a percentage of their income in tax than ordinary workers do, and that shouldn't be right. And I think
there's a suspicion if you put a wealth tax in place, which they are talking about as well, then people like you, not necessarily you, but people like you, would flee the country.
There are no people like me. But
would you pack them and go if they put a wealth tax in place?
And I think very few people would, and if they did, they're not the kind of people we want here. If they're not willing to pay their fair share to live in this great country, they should leave.
Hey guys, before every single budget, we always hear the same threats, not so much from millionaires and billionaires themselves, but rather right-wing commentators, almost as if they're speaking on their behalf. The warning is that if taxes on the ultra-rich go up, they'll leave the country and take their money with them. I've already done a video on these claims from Charlie Mullins, the millionaire owner of a plumbing company, saying that he's leaving Britain out of fear of what Labour might do. But funnily enough, it seems he planned this even before the election, which doesn't quite add up. On the other hand, we have people like Dale Vince, the successful green energy tycoon, who's calling for the wealthy to bear a bigger share of the burden. He's advocating for a wealth tax and high capital gains tax because, as he points out, the rich pay a lower percentage of their income in taxes than us ordinary peasants, I mean workers, do. And that's just not right. Vince also responded to the usual argument that a wealth tax would drive the rich to leave the UK. He said quite rightly that only a few might actually go, and if they do, they're not the kind of people we want here if they're not willing to pay their fair share. This whole notion about the mega rich will flee if taxed too much is an empty threat we hear every single time before every election or budget. It's odd that it's usually right-wing commentators pushing this idea, even though they're not typically millionaires or billionaires themselves. In reality, it's not that simple for the ultra-wealthy just to pack up and leave. Much of their wealth is tied up in assets, so it's not liquid assets like property, which aren't easy to sell off and convert into cash quickly, liquid cash. Plus, moving large sums of money out of the country and into another one isn't a straightforward process, and let's not forget they'll still have to pay taxes wherever they move to. The truth is, many of these individuals have amassed their wealth thanks to the very system they're in and the very system they want to leave. They've benefited from the education, the healthcare and the infrastructure, all funded by us ordinary peasants, taxpayers. For them to turn around and threaten to leave, taking their wealth with them, is not only financially impractical, it's also unpatriotic. So while some may say, oh, tax us more and we'll leave, it's highly unlikely that they would actually follow through, because in the end, it wouldn't be in their financial interest. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I've been Jake from Just Jake, and as always, I'll see you next time. You actually made it to the end of the video. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, which, why haven't you already, is somewhere over there. And also, if you want to watch more videos, also check out over there. I've been Jake from Just Jake. See you later.